Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop. And there's been some crazy leaks. So first of all, the Jordan 39 has officially been unveiled by Jordan Brand, which is pretty dang cool. And also because of the playoffs, we've seen some unveilings of signature shoes as well, like the KD17, the Dawn Issue 6, the AE1 Low. So it's kind of crazy, guys. So first of all, as far as the KD17 goes, we already know what the tech is going to be, and it's probably the exact same cushioning setup as a KD16, which of course is not a bad thing. I don't know, I feel like it's a little boring, you know what I mean? But it's nice, so there you go. I mean, like, we've seen, you know, leaked images of the actual like Strobo board, and it's probably using Air Strobo in the heel and probably a 4-foot zoom unit, right? And also it's probably using Cushlon, you know. But yeah, the other day KD was seen playing in this all black colorway of the KD17, which does look pretty dang cool. It's definitely growing on me, and I definitely think it looks a lot better than the KD16. Yeah, the KD16 definitely is not my favorite as far as design goes, right? And a lot of you guys definitely did seem to like it. And then also we have a very nice picture of the Dawn Issue 6. So if you guys didn't know, the Dawn Issue 6, I mean, it's been leaked for the past like year, I believe. We've been knowing what it's gonna look like, you know. But yeah, as far as the actual tech goes, we actually know what it is now. So as far as the cushioning setup goes, it says right here Light Strike and Light Strike Pro, which is weird. So the cushion, I mean, Light Strike Pro, we haven't really, you know, seen Light Strike Pro yet in a basketball shoe, I don't think. So I'm pretty dang excited, you know what I mean? But hopefully it'll be bouncy and soft. But as far as like the, you know, the ride goes, right, it does look like it'll be good for court feel. And then we have that midfoot shin plate that comes up on the side of the shoe as well for lateral containment. No, as far as the design goes, it looks like carbon fiber, but it's probably just like plastic. Just like in the AE1 for the heel clip, you know what I mean? They made it look like carbon fiber with the kind of like pattern, but it's actually not. Also for the underlaying material in the midfoot, you know, we can see kind of like 3 fingers going up, probably to add a little bit more support to the material. But honestly, I think this is the best looking Dawn issue that we've had. You know, the Dawn issue 5 was a great looking shoe, but the 6 looks great, and the tech is looking really good as well. And the traction also is looking pretty good. So I'm very excited about the Dawn issue 6. And also obviously we've seen the Luka 3s already, right? You know, I did a whole video, and you know, Jordan Brand did a whole kind of like unveiling of it, but I've seen some closer images of it, and I'm a little bit sad at what I found, because I think I know what the cushioning setup, I mean, okay, so we already know what the cushioning setup is going to be. It's going to be Cushlon, right? They said Cushlon 3.0, but we actually have pictures of the medial side of the Luka 3s, and it just says Cushlon, right? And that's fine. I really like Cushlon. They're using Cushlon 3.0 in the book ones, and it's actually very soft. They made it a little bit too thin in my personal opinion, especially in the 4-foot. So the 4-foot impact protection isn't the best, but it's actually quite soft. They did cage it on the lateral side, you know, and then on the medial side, it's actually really soft, right? It's plush, you know, pretty good step and comfort and all that. And also the KD16 is using Cushlon, you know. So yeah, Cushlon is pretty nice. The only thing I don't like about Cushlon and Lunarlon is that it does bottom out pretty quickly, right? So when you first get it, it's soft. It's not super bouncy or anything. There's a little bit of rebound back, but it's just more soft. But like I said, it doesn't last that long, right? But then, you know, from what we saw in the leaks, right, for the outsole, I saw that the foam colors were a little bit different, right, from the actual translucent part of the outsole. And now on the medial side, when you look at it, you know, the part where it says Cushlon in this colorway, it's like this teal color, right? And then we have in the heel, which is white. So it'll probably be like a carrier, right? Like it's been in past 2 models, the Luka 1 and Luka 2. I mean, okay, so Formula 23 is really nice. It's soft, it has a little bit of bounce because, you know, from the Zion 3, the drop-in is really nice, right? But the Luka 1 and Luka 2 were using Formula 23, and they caged the hell out of it, putting it inside of a carrier. And yeah, it's probably doing the same thing. I guess it is nicer because the Cushlon does seem to be like fully exposed, kind of like in the 4-foot and in the midfoot. But also if you look on at the lateral side of the shoe, like it's white. You know what I mean? So it's probably a carrier, and then on the medial side where it says Cushlon, it's probably like the exposed Cushlon. So that it definitely is a little bit disappointing. You know, Lukas definitely need to improve on cushion in my personal opinion. But also, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna make it stiffer, if you're gonna make it a carrier, please give us a soft mesh strobe board. You know, like for example, the Luka 1 and the Luka 2 are using really stiff strobe boards, like super duper glued down. So if they could just give us not even like a soft mesh strobe board, I mean, if they did, that'd be awesome. But if they could just glue it down a little bit less, it would just improve the step and comfort and underfoot cushioning. And I think it would improve the cushioning setup a lot. But anyways, that's just something that I noticed, which makes me very, very sad. But there is a Luka 3. And now moving on to the Jordan 39. So, as far as how it looks, it looks pretty simple. You know what I mean? They said they're trying to go back to a very simple and minimalistic design, which I definitely do see, but I don't know, the design looks kind of weird, you know what I mean? I just don't like it all too much right now. But yeah, as far as the cushioning setup is definitely something that I'm super duper excited about, right? So I thought they killed it with the Zion 3. Right? The Zion 3 gave us a drop-in midsole, which is Formula 23, and then a bottom-loaded zoom unit in the forefoot, which is super duper nice. And then the Zion 3 SE has a drop-in midsole with a full-length zoom unit underneath it, right? But then here in the Jordan 39, so it is a drop-in midsole. Thank God, I'm so dang happy. I love drop-in midsoles, as you guys all know, because it's so nice. Yeah, I definitely feel like it's an upgrade from a regular strobe board or like traditional kind of like ways of making a shoe, you know? Because a drop-in, you can, first of all, it's replaceable. I mean, they never sell replaceable midsoles. You know what I mean? So that definitely does suck. The only company that I've seen do that is Serious Player only, but it is replaceable. You know what I mean? But also, because of the drop-in midsole, the foam is exposed and your foot is right on top of that foam, which makes step and comfort amazing. And also, usually from the texture of the foam, it does improve the lockdown as well, because the texture is sticky, right? So it grabs your sock, it grabs your foot, lockdown's good. And also, another thing that they can do to improve the support is add a sidewall, right? Especially on the lateral side. So that improves support as well. It's just, I love drop-in midsoles, you know what I mean? But also, the drop-in midsole in the Jordan 39, the foam that they're using is Zoom X. So I'm super duper excited about that. Hopefully it's not too thin or anything, but it's probably gonna be thin, you know what I mean? But that's not a huge deal because it does have a bottom-loaded full-length zoom unit, right? So yeah, I'm super duper excited about it. It's gonna be bouncy, it's gonna have amazing impact protection, step and comfort's gonna be amazing. Hopefully court feel is good, it probably will be, but I'm super duper excited about that, right? But I am a little bit disappointed in the overall design of the actual like outside of the shoe, right? So when you look at the design, yeah, look at this, guys. Look at how freaking caged it is, you know, with all that rubber, right? So that's one thing I really don't like about drop-in midsoles and with the design, because for example, like in the Kobe 9, you know what I mean? The Kobe 9 has a drop-in midsole. It's kind of nice with the Lunarlon, especially when you get it at first, but it does bottom out. But anyways, with the Kobe 9 in the heel, it's all plastic, so it does feel really clunky and boot-like, especially since the shape is kind of like squared off. And the Jordan 39 looks exactly the same as that, you know what I mean? Like that rubber is probably pretty stiff, reminiscent also of the Zion 3, you know what I mean? So it's not gonna have any compression from the actual outside of the shoe, which I don't like. I mean, honestly, probably people don't mind it. There's gonna be people that don't mind it, but I do mind. I like to have a little bit of compression in the heel. It makes the overall heel to toe transition also a little bit smoother. So yeah, it'll probably be clunky in the heel. And also the shape is kind of squared off. You know what I mean? There is a little bit of a like curve there, but it does look kind of edgy. You know what I mean? So yeah, it'll probably be clunky in the heel, which I do not like, right? For example, I wish they would have gone the route of the Kobe 8. You know what I mean? Like also the Kobe 8 Pro Tro is, it has a drop in midsole, but also around the outside, especially in the heel, there's foam. Even though the foam is kind of stiff in the Kobe 8, it still allows for a little bit of compression, just a tiny bit, to where it doesn't feel like clunky or stiff in the heel, right? There's still a little bit of compression, which I wish they would have done in the Jordan 39, you know what I mean? Or also go the route of the AG4, you know what I mean? The AG4 also, it's not a drop in midsole, but you know, the outsole, like the rubber, is actually kind of soft, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, obviously I haven't you know, I don't have the Jordan 39 in hand, so I don't know if the rubber's soft, but it looks freaking stiff, so I'm kind of disappointed in that. But like I said, it's probably not going to be a huge deal, but it'll probably feel clunky and a little boot-like in the heel, right? But also we can see all that rubber coming up acting as a sidewall, which of course is great, you know, especially for lateral containment. So that'll be good, right? And also the material, they're trying to go back to old school materials. Apparently they're gonna have really nice quality leather on all their colorways, right? And they're releasing a lot of colorways here. So yeah, we have a lot of black and white colorways actually, which is pretty interesting. So very simple colorways, I do like that. And also as far as the kind of like textile material on the lateral side, it does look like the pattern, you know, like that mud pattern on the Zion 3, right? It also looks like it's embroidered as well, but also in the toe box, we do have a nice leather material. I mean, that leather looks thick, guys, and it looks super buttery, which I do like. And also for the tongue looks like it's using a very nice leather material, but also looks pretty well padded, right? So hopefully it's not super heavy, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it might be heavy. I mean, ZoomX is a really lightweight foam, so I don't think the cushion is gonna add too much weight, but the upper, you know, with the leather, it'll probably add a little bit of weight, and also all that rubber is probably gonna add a little bit of weight as well. But I'm pretty dang excited. You know, hopefully the traction is gonna be super nice as well, but in this colorway, it looks to be a fully translucent outsole with a herringbone traction pattern. And it looks like a pretty enlarged herringbone traction pattern as well. But yeah, I'm super duper excited about it, especially with the cushioning setup. So tell us your thoughts on the Jordan 39 as far as like the cushioning setup goes, and also the use of really nice leather materials, and also the aesthetics. What do you guys think of how it looks, right? Do you like the simple design? And also, do you guys mind that kind of like rubber like cage, you know, especially in the heel? Do you guys mind that? Because honestly, for me, I don't really like it all too much. I mean, I don't think it's terrible, you know what I mean? You know, as you guys all know, I love playing the Kobe 9, but like it could be a little bit better because it does feel, you know, a little clunky in the heel, right? But anyways, those are just some of my thoughts on the Jordan 39, also some upcoming shoes like the Luka 3, which should be coming out soon. But the Jordan 39 is supposed to come out during the summer, so around June or July. But anyways, that about wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.